Cherry Hill High School East on Crescent Road in Cherry Hill, where tonight Cable 18 Cherry Hill Public Schools Television proudly presents another sports presentation. Tonight, Boys Gymnastics Cherry Hill East Cougars against the Lions of Cherry Hill West. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Lesher, and I'll bring you the commentary here this evening. Let's listen in right now to the public address announcer with the introductions. As you see the Cherry Hill East team there moving on to the mat.
Welcome to Cherry Hill East. We are proudly hosting Tony's coached by Mr. Burton. Captain for Shawnee are Eric Burkholz, Mike Palladino, Mike Perkins, Matt Frank. The record is 3-2. Cherry Hill West, coached by Mr. Philip Frank. Captains for West are Brian Spiegel and Brian Lewis. The record is 11-2. East is coached by Lizzie Frank and Kara Shetland. Captains for East are Achilles Solon, Anthony Alexandro, and Chad Casey. Our record is 41.
Now we move over to the rings competition with Cherry Hill West. And a nice landing it was there, coming off. One of the most important aspects there in the scoring, besides the difficulty aspect, you got to take into consideration when you come off the rings, can you plant the landing? You'll see that here in the rings. You'll see that here in other competitions here today. Planting the landing is a very important aspect of what's going on here today. Score, there you see it. It's 1.5. Next member here of the Cherry Hill West team moving over into the rings again. You're going to see basically the same kind of a thing. Very hard routine, needs a lot of upper body strength here. Nice job here. Keeping his legs nice and straight, pike position. And out, and a pretty decent landing right there. Reminder that this being a tri-meet, there are other events going on right now, so you might hear some stray applause in the background coming at weird opportunities. Those are most likely for some of the other events going on. This one right now is going on in the back of the gymnasium. There is the rings competition once again. As you see, they readjust the mats right here. Each coach, each participant, each team, they all have, there you see the score really fast on your screen. Like I was getting back to the point I was trying to make, was each coach, each participant, each team along that line, they like to set their mats a little different. In the vault, they like to have that springboard, a little different one, maybe a little different position. There's little different things, like you notice this one here, he's going to go on the opposite direction. Little small things. That's what makes the sport of gymnastics awfully individualistic. I mean, the individual has a lot of control. Let's watch this routine right here. Another good routine there by Cherry Hill West, the Lions. And the score comes around right there, as you see. One judge, it looks like, here in this competition there. They're trying to steady the rings out for the next participant here from Cherry Hill West to come on. Getting assistance right there from his coach. And he's on. And let's watch this routine once again. Little trouble there on the landing, but otherwise a very good routine there. For those just tuning in, you're looking at Cherry Hill High School East in the DeBart Gym, where tonight Cable 18 brings to you the East Cougars against the West Lions in Boys Gymnastics. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Leschner, recapping the action here right now. We're at the first event that we're covering here tonight on Cable 18. We're at the rings. We're awaiting a score, and there it is. That's the highest one we've seen so far. Notice the amount of upper body strength that's required for a routine like this. There we go, perfect land. And there's the score coming around the corner of our screen here in a second. Cherry Hill East, known to be a very competitive team in South Jersey when it comes to gymnastics. I'll touch on that a little later. But let's now join the floor activities already in progress. Very good routine there, as you can hear by the response from the crowd. And there's a score there of the last person there. Here comes, it looks like Chad Scheiken on there for Cherry Hill East. Basically, the only rules that are in floor that are really consequential are you cannot go outside those white lines that you see on the perimeter of the mat. Floor exercise, one that gives a lot of creativity to the participant. All these participants here get to pick their own routines along with their coaches, moves they feel the most confident in. And Chad bows and recognizes the crowd there at the end. And as he gets congratulated by his teammates, Cherry Hill East here will continue. With Achilles Alon. Achilles shows really good strength there. And that's the end there for Achilles on his routine. Here comes another Cherry Hill East routine right now. Floor exercises here. The Lions of Cherry Hill West against the Cougars of Cherry Hill East in this boys gymnastics meet here, televised on Cable 18. Let's look in here on the floor exercise. There you see a small little stumble. And that's the end of that floor exercise there, Cherry Hill East. And you see the score right there. 6-6. Floor exercise now, the Lions come into action. You see a lot of different moves here used by the participants. As I've said, the individuals have a lot of control along with their coaches and what they do. Good ending there for Cherry Hill West and their first participant on the floor exercise here this evening on Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station. Action here at the DeBart Gym in Cherry Hill High School East in Crescent Road in Cherry Hill. As you're watching the Lions of West against the Cougars of East in Boys Gymnastics here this evening. Quick little note over at Cherry Hill East, some sports action. The final score from the Powder Puff football game. Seniors 6, juniors nothing. In the second quarter, with 4 minutes left in the half. 35-yard, Diane Croft finds Jen Hansen. The extra point attempt was no good. Seniors on the board 6-0. And that was all the scoring there in that game. Congratulations to the coaches for an excellent job. James Francis Coney, Craig Brody, Steve Sharp, Paul Rizzi for the seniors, Scott Billier, Scott John Albright, Neil Relosa, and Josh Zalkin for the juniors. Final score, seniors 6, juniors nothing in the East 12th annual Powder Puff football game. Now let's join the East action in progress on the rings. Final routine, there you see Coach Lou Frank in there, congratulating him, along with the rest of his teammates. As I was alluding to earlier in the show, Cherry Hill East, a team that's known to be competitive in the South Jersey Group 4 high school region. Cherry Hill East numerous times have visited the state championships, the finals for South Jersey. They've been conference champs many times. West also usually having a rather competitive team every season also. Unfortunately, both teams are in the same conference. West is also now Group 4. Additionally, as we see a little break here in the action, now we move over to the vault. Another important aspect here is sticking the landing. That'll give you extra points there in your score, as East is the first one here to participate right now in the vault. Another good one there, but if you notice that one little step forward there is going to deduct a couple points off the score. Important part, even though it is hard with your momentum coming over, is to stick that landing. Chad Scheiken here is the next one for Cherry Hill East. And he did an excellent job there of sticking his landing at the end. And you see the score 8-0, rewarded for that landing. He was. Achilles Alon next for Cherry Hill East, moving down the runway. Has a little bit of a problem there with his landing at the end, but otherwise a pretty good ball. A little more difficult routine that he decided to choose as he came off the vault. A little bit of a problem with the landing, but it was a little more difficult routine there, it looked like. Now I move over to the parallel bars as we join the action in progress with the Cherry Hill East team right now on the bars. Man in the middle there, you see is Coach Lou Frank of Cherry Hill East. As they adjust the bars now for next participant, I said earlier, I alluded to how the equipment is really changed between the teams. It has changed between individuals. We're watching some of that adjustments going on right now. Incredible strength there needed in that. And a nice landing coming off. Looks like now we're going to come back here. I almost said we went to the high bar, but it looks like we're coming back now to the parallel bars. Strong landing coming off. Strong, may I say, dismount. Maybe. And the score you see coming around. Let's watch Achilles Alon here. As they adjust now the bars for the next participant. Looks like Alon there just in a tad bit of pain. Must have some kind of muscle pull or something going on there. But he looks like he'll be all right. Coming up later this fall season on Cable 18, you'll see East versus West in varsity football action. Game on Thanksgiving Day over at Cherry Hill West. Now with the new rules with the playoff system for football, that game will, no matter what right now, unless it snows like heck, it will be played Thanksgiving Day over at Jonas C. Martyr Stadium over at Cherry Hill High School West. Cable 18 will be there, along with myself, Mike Furman, Andy DeChristopher, and others, and we'll bring you the action here. Thanksgiving Day, East versus West, varsity football action here on Cable 18. Strong routine there we just watched here on Cable 18 from the DeBart Gym at Cherry Hill East. Now the Lions of Cherry Hill West move on to the parallel bars. Next participant here from Cherry Hill West getting ready to move on to the parallel bars, give his routine. Making a little small adjustment here. Action continues here now on the parallel bars. Make that action ready to continue as the participant adds some chalk to his hands. And we'll watch his dismount getting ready to come. And there we go. Cherry Hill West Lions against the Cougars of Cherry Hill East here tonight on Cable 18. Gymnastics boys action from the DeBar Gym at Cherry Hill East. Coming up soon, really coming up next week here on Cable 18 will be the girls coverage. That'll be taped at West. High bar action here with the Cherry Hill East team on right now, as we join this one in progress. A little lull in the action here for a second. But there is some action still on the parallel bars. And back to the high bar we go. The high bar is another competition where upper body strength is very important in the routine. As you see, the match just got here, getting readjusted here for a second. Hello there, in front of our screen. There, by accident, someone walks right in front of our camera. Just a small mistake made there. That's Achilles Alon here right now doing the high bar. A little break in the action here right now. This weekend coming up, Cherry Hill East plays Eastern in football. Fall sports season's coming to an end soon. But here's some more action, so no need for me to talk. Let's watch the routine. And I'll watch here for, can he stick his landing, important part of the scoring process. And he did a mighty good job there, Coach Lee Frank. Thought so you can see from his emotion. And you see the East team gathering together to congratulate one another, as that was the last competition here tonight at the Bark Gym at Cherry Hill High School East on Crescent Road in Cherry Hill. Cable 18 proudly presented tonight the Lions of Cherry Hill West against the Cougars of Cherry Hill East. East getting the win. For Gordon Hampson, I'm Matt Leshner. Good night, and thanks for watching.